grew up in Compton and didn't have a very, very good life. I knew I had a mental illness when I was young. Back then, when I was growing up, mental illness wasn't really focused on then. Before I arrived here, I was in a shelter downtown Los Angeles. I've been living here 2 years now. Going on this October 21st will be 2 years for me. But my first night here, I couldn't sleep because I was so happy I had it. This is my first place ever. I got a peace of mind now. And I've seen a lot of progress in my life.
The most recent homeless count, almost 58,000 people, an increase of 23% across LA County. There's all sorts of people, from someone who's been on the streets for a long time to families who never in their wildest dreams thought that they would be in this kind of situation.
There is no place in this country that you can identify that many people who are essentially shelterless. There's no denying that it was and is a crisis.
It's really a failure of the systems that exist to try to help people. In poverty, you have people who have mental health challenges, those who may have a physical ailment, those who are the most vulnerable.
We don't talk about managing cancer. We don't talk about managing the big challenges that we face. We talk about ending them, and homelessness should be no different.
When no one else is talking about homelessness, philanthropy was insisting that it was holding its government accountable to making sure that this issue didn't just go away, and was setting the groundwork for what ultimately was a comprehensive plan to address homelessness. The city would be responsible for the bricks and mortar, and the county would be responsible for the services.
Proposition HHH built 10,000 units of permanent supportive housing, but we needed to be able to provide services in that housing, which Measure H would do. And Measure H also funded outreach and engagement on our streets. The coalition that formed to both advocate for measures HHH and H, to get them on the ballot, and then to work to secure their success, was one of the most robust coalitions that's ever existed in the history of politics in Los Angeles. Business and labor, homeless service providers and developers, neighborhood councils, literally everybody who is engaged in the conversation in the daily life of Los Angeles saw this as a priority and invested their time and energy in that effort.
We're fortunate that Angelenos have been so generous in responding to it, to this crisis.
The good news is that we have a plan of consequence, and we have resources that are rather extensive. And to the extent that that is the case, we have an opportunity to do good, and it is upon us to do so.
Well, it's going to help us build more units. I mean, HHH in particular, it's a resource that is going to allow us to build more units of permanent supportive housing.
We're going to work with tens of thousands of people to help them end their homelessness. And we're going to get there because we're not taking risks. We're investing in the solutions that work. And so 10 years from now, we're going to be really proud of the work that we've done. And our city is going to look different, and it's going to feel different.
I'm trying to elevate. I don't want to just stay here, but elevate. Tomorrow, I have a job interview, and I'm looking forward to that. I found myself wanting to help people like somebody else helped me, because I know if I could do it, anybody could do it.